I'm at the point in my life where I don't really want to downgrade much in my life to be able to reach certain goals. So I'll create additional streams of income so I can live a certain lifestyle.
How many units do you have now?
I just have 2 doors now.
Got it.
And the goal is I would love to get 5 doors this year, but nothing's piqued my interest. So my realtor regularly sends me different leads and things like that.
Earlier, you said that you paid off your debt a few years back, right? But can you tell me about, the biggest hurdle that you had to overcome when it comes to money?
Yeah, for sure. So I got to a point, even when I was paying off my debt, and I used to teach people as a financial coach, is that most people don't have enough money to pay off their debt. You need additional stream of income. Thinking that you want to drastically change your lifestyle, have this really crazy budget just to pay off debt, I just don't think that's a way of life. I would much rather people focus on increasing their monthly cash flow to pay off debt where it's not completely changing every aspect within their life. I know a lot of people are Dave Ramsey fans and they tell you not to do certain things in your lifestyle. Me personally, I recommend you just figure out how you can add an additional stream of income. I've personally always had at least 2 streams of income for probably the last 10 years or so. Because again, I didn't want to drastically change my lifestyle. I wanted to still be able to afford to go on vacations, being able to buy things here and there. But I also was disciplined enough to be able to put money towards savings, to put money towards investing into the stock market and things like that.
You're an investor, a real estate investor, you invest in the stock market, which is passive. You have your agency, you have a 9 to 5. Most people are thinking, hey, I don't have enough time to even do anything outside of my job. Talk to me about kind of like the processes that you have in place so that you can do it all.
Yeah, anybody that says they don't have enough time, I think it's an excuse. And you make time for things that you want to do. So when people tell me that they don't have enough time, I then ask them, how many hours a day are you watching TV? How many hours a day are you doing things that are non-productive? Because you have time, you're just not making time for the things that you really want. And I always challenge people, how bad do you want it? And I've said this on podcasts before too. Like, I do all of these things. It's not necessarily that I enjoy everything that I do. I enjoy the outcomes and I enjoy what my future is going to look like. Temporary sacrifices now so I can get a certain result in the future. Let me just say that I recommend people create a routine. You have to be disciplined. You always have to make sacrifices for things that you want. You're either sacrificing time or money. Usually it's time or money. So I was willing to sacrifice time and money for a period of time to be able to pay off my debt, meaning that I stopped getting my nails done regularly. I stopped doing beauty maintenances on a regular basis so I can put that money towards debt. And also, I sacrificed time where I wasn't able to do fun things because I got a second stream of income. I got a third stream of income. People have to figure out how bad they want it and also create a routine. I wake up at 5 a.m. because I'm able to be productive where most of the world is still asleep. So I'm able to knock out half of my competition just by waking up earlier. If people shift their mindset to realize that, one, the bar is very low to be successful. All you have to do is be consistent and do what other people are not doing. So if you're consistent, if you execute on the knowledge that's provided to you, you can really reach a lot of your goals.
Besides waking up at 5, I know that your days are probably not the same every day, right? But what does like a typical day look like?
Well, yeah, luckily for me, I have a team and I'm now able to delegate. So on a quarterly basis, on a monthly basis, on a weekly basis, my assistants know what my goals are. We know what Annalisa is reaching for from a business perspective, from a personal perspective. We know that. I try to move away from social media as much as possible and just have my social media assistant handle that. It'll be certain days on the week I'm like, I'm not getting on social media today. I need you to be able to assist and handle everything. And I just put boundaries on certain things. Certain times of day, I won't look at my email so that I'm putting more things that I need to complete at the beginning of the day so I can knock those things out. I think people need to have a routine. If you don't want to wake up early, you still need to have a to-do list. You need to know what your weekly goals are, your monthly goals are, your quarterly goals, just so you can have something to track. A lot of people don't even know what they want out of life. So I always challenge people, what do you want to do? What type of results do you want from life? I don't want to hear just, I want to make a lot of money. Why do you want to make a lot of money? What are you going to use that money for? Not enough people know their why. So anytime people are going through some type of journey, I challenge them to figure out, what's your why? Why are you doing what you want to do? And then what is that number? What is it amount that you're reaching towards?
I love that. I think being clear on what you're working towards, why you're working towards it, and actually writing things down makes a huge difference. Because you can sit here and daydream all day. But when you start writing things down, you are signaling to your brain like, okay, this is what I'm working towards. And then you can create a plan. But you can't create a plan just off of just ideas that are randomly popping in and out of your mind every day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I completely agree. And I think that's the hard part because people have to do mindset work before they can reach a certain goal. And it's a lot of stuff that we have to unlearn. People can't believe that people aren't making $10,000 a month. People can't believe that people have made $10,000 in one day. They immediately think somebody's scamming or they're lying, but it's hard for you to think that you can have more without mentally feeling like you can have more.
Tell me about some of the things that you had to unlearn over the years.
Well, one, discovering what a lot of money is and just realizing that I can accomplish so much. So last year was my first 5-figure day in business. And I didn't think that was possible 5 years ago, but I started to see my clients be able to do that. I started to see people around me be able to achieve those goals. Then I'm thinking if they can do it, then I can absolutely do it. The two major things is one, that it's no point of over saving. Saving is no reason to hoard money. It's better to put it in vehicles to make you more money, especially more passive income. That was the biggest thing because I just used to be an avid saver growing up. And then also that it's so many different ways to make money out here. So many different ways for people to monetize their skill set. And I didn't realize that, the virtual assistant space being one. I didn't realize people were paying you for a service to be able to take things off their plate. I learned that very, very quickly. That helped me to be able to scale, but I didn't realize that people were willing to pay for a service like that. And just being able to create an online service business was very, very new to me prior to 2 years ago.
You said something very interesting just now. So many different ways to make money. This is something that I learned in recent years. It's like too many ways to make money. And I think sometimes because you see this person do that and that person, you want to try everything. So it's very important to be clear on what your skill set is and look for ways to make money based on that, not because of someone else's results.
Absolutely, absolutely.
For anyone who might be interested in looking into becoming a virtual assistant, whether it's doing it as a full-time job or a side hustle, what kind of skills or qualities should someone have to think about becoming a virtual assistant?
Yeah, I would say you need to be organized and be proactive. Most people already actually have the skill set to be a virtual assistant. You're sending a lot of emails, you're managing calendars, you're responding to certain requests. Most of these things you probably already do with your 9 to 5. So now it's just getting to the mindset that I have an online business, I have a virtual assistant business. Also being aware that you do have to market your business and let people know that you actually have a functioning business. That will probably be the hardest things, but most people actually have transferable skills where they can start making money now as a virtual assistant.
As far as like marketing, how do you market your virtual assistant
I'm
business?
super, super grateful because I haven't had to do any paid marketing for Elevated Assist. All of it is organic. So it either comes from word of mouth because most entrepreneurs hang out with other entrepreneurs. And then also it's Instagram. Every time I ask people how they found me, it's either the Business Insider article, which Business Insider reached out to me and they've brought me a lot of traffic, which is great. But prior to that, it was Instagram. People said, I found you on Instagram. So there are people and business owners out there looking for virtual assistants, but you have to brand yourself as a virtual assistant. You have to look like you own a business. You have a fully functioning operating business before so.
Give me actionable steps that people can take today to make more money while also balancing their full-time job.
Absolutely. So the first thing you need to do, whether you want to start a virtual assistant business or any other type of online business, is take a look at the competition, evaluate who are your competitors, see what they're doing. It's no reason for you to try to recreate the wheel. There's other people that are already making money and you have the skill set, duplicate what they do. Do your research, make sure you understand what you're signing up for and you can actually do the work. And also be sure to price yourself fairly. It takes people a long time to get to 5 figures a month because they're lowballing themselves because they feel like because they're new to business that they have to have low prices. No, you might be new to business, but you may not be new to this actual work. So price yourself accordingly to your skill set and the work you're able to provide and the value you're able to provide for different businesses and clients.